Hi, boys and girls. Today's Sunday school lesson is about Noah's Ark. Noah was a good man. He was the most innocent man of his time and obeyed God. Noah and his wife had 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, who were all married. God saw that the people on the earth were very wicked. All they thought about was doing bad things. There were also large giants called Nephilim who were wicked rulers. When God saw the evil being done, he was sorry he had made people, and his heart was filled with pain. So God said, I will destroy all the human beings that I made, and destroy every animal, bird, and anything that crawls on the earth. But God decided to spare Noah, as he did what was good. So God told Noah, build a boat of cypress wood for yourself. Make rooms in it and cover it inside and outside with tar. It will be a large box boat or ark, 450 feet long, 75 feet wide, and 45 feet high. Make an 18-inch opening around the top of the boat and put a door in the side of the boat. It will need an upper, middle, and lower deck. The boat will be large enough to hold your family and 2 of every living creature, male and female. You must gather food of every kind to store on the boat as food for you and the animals. Noah did everything that God commanded him and started building the huge boat. Living in a land where there was such little rain, people just laughed at Noah and his family. Noah warned them of the great flood God was going to send, but they just mocked him. It took Noah more than 100 years to build the boat, but he never gave up. Once the boat was finished, they gathered the food they and the animals would need. Then Noah and his family went into the ark. God then gathered the animals he wanted to spare and sent them to Noah in pairs, 1 male and 1 female. God sent 1 pair of each unclean animal to Noah. Unclean animals were those that were not good for humans to eat. God sent 7 pairs of any animal that humans could eat for food. God sent all kinds of wild animals and farming animals. They went into the ark in 2s. A place was found for each animal, large and small. The animals would need a lot of food to keep them alive when the flood came. They were put in pens on the lower, middle, and upper decks of the ark that Noah had made. 7 days later, the flood came. God closed the door of the ark. Clouds in the sky poured out heavy rain for 40 days and 40 nights. Underground springs split open and poured out water. The water continued to rise until it was more than 20 feet above the mountains. Only Noah, his family, and the animals on board survived. The waters continued to cover the earth for 150 days, but those on board the ark had plenty to eat. God stopped the rain and the underground springs and made a wind blow over the earth. The waters started going down. Noah sent out a raven to see if it could find land, but it could not. Then he sent out a dove, but it came back to the boat because it could not find land. 7 days later, Noah again sent out the dove, and that evening it came back to him with a fresh olive branch in its mouth. 7 days later, he sent the dove out again, but this time it did not come back. Noah removed the covering of the boat and saw that the land was dry. A few weeks later, the land was dry enough for those on board the ark to leave. A big rainbow filled the sky as a sign that God would never flood the whole earth again. Noah built an altar to God and sacrificed some of all the clean birds and animals as offerings to God. God was very pleased with these sacrifices and promised, "I will never again destroy every living thing on the earth with a flood." God told Noah to release the animals to go and breed and fill the earth again. They came out of the ark, one kind after another. God promised, as long as the earth continues, there will be planting and harvest, cold and hot, summer and winter, and day and night will not stop. So then we played the buzzer game. The kids love this game. I asked about 10 questions about the story of Noah. And when if the child had the right answer to the question, they would hit this buzzer. And the first one to hit their buzzer with the correct answer would be called on. So they always have a lot of fun with this buzzer game. It gets quite noisy. And then we tied a ribbon on everybody's finger. And this was to remind them every time they'd look at their ribbon, they would remember that God always keeps His promises. Let's close in prayer. Dear God, thank you for sending your only Son to die for us. Thank you for all you have blessed us with. And thank you for always keeping your promises.